Hello my beauties, welcome to the Magics of Life channel. And in this video we're gonna read energies like global predictions related to global predictions. Is time traveling possible, and where is this possible, and is it open for humanity? Why it's not open, when it will be open, and all sorts of questions like this. Okay, so in general, let's ask in general for any being, like alien being, non-human being, like animal, or included human being, in general, time travel is it possible? Time traveling, is it possible? Is it possible? Answer: no wanted to pop up, but we will see, of course. Yeah, is time traveling possible? First of all, we're gonna investigate if it's possible or not, and later will it be open or not for us. Choose a new direction. This is what happens when you're dealing with classified by universe information, guys. Yeah, I understand completely this. Like, why the hell you asking about time traveling when you have entire Earth to take care of? Because now Earth in such poor condition. Yeah, you should redirect your your attention. Okay, choose a new direction. Okay, let's ask, will human beings will be able to travel through time and space, travel in time and space? Because this is important. In time we can travel, I would tell you. With regression hypnosis, we can view our past lives, but no. Forgiveness. There are blockages. Again, a human motivation to do this time travel usually desire of so-called justice. And when you want to prevent one or other event entering in something, make things so-called fair, yeah, fair and square. When you want to make things fair, you not possessing, you not carrying this quality of forgiveness. Like, a lot of people, even the best people who's supposed to be very spiritual, and at the end of the day, they may want to change something in the past if they travel to past, or in present moment if they will travel to future, they will return, and forgiveness to make things fair and square. Okay, let's see. Should humanity think and develop this technology, think about technology and develop the technology of time traveling? Should we investigate in this direction? Because we got choose a new direction at the beginning, but take action. Wow, that's very interesting here. So, okay, I'm gonna clarify all these three cards, guys. Because with this choose a new direction, I am sensing that something is entirely wrong with the way we petition and questions here. Let's see. The Sun card for choosing new direction. Something related to the sun. And our timeline, our entire timeline, it's related to sun. When sun rise up, yeah, it's another day. We built entire timeline around the sun cycles, and I'm sensing here is something completely wrong. And this approach, which making us to build this timeline based on sun, this is a key sort of to what prevents us from traveling in time and space. With forgiveness, judgment card. We're trying to judge hard. We're trying, if we had opportunity to travel in time, you need to possess really high ethics to do this, to be able to travel in time. You need to be sort of superhuman. And even let's say the monk person will not be able to restrain themselves from intervention in flow or in nature of flow of events. Quite interesting. And again, Major Arcanum. For what I love tarot they created for this sort of readings. For this sort of readings, tarot created, and you can do spread after spread on the same topic, and this will be like collecting puzzles, you know, putting an entire picture. For what I love tarot, and tarot was given exactly as this instrument, as this tool to help with whatever scientific approach, to help researchers. The initial mission of tarot, not to predict your future husband, but to help scientists to find a spiritual way how to use these or other invention. But a lot of people they just don't know, or either forgetting or ignoring the original purpose of tarot. They ignoring it. Anyway, let's see more, guys. Ooh. Here we go. This is not lightning. This sounds like explosions. And the strange, potential. But again, this is not through. This is not through something physical. There is no machine you can create to travel time. Again, this ability to travel in time and space, it's open only for chosen individuals who have the potential for this, to use this ability, this chance in a proper way. Here you can take this by action, you can't take it by force, even though like take action, but this card, it's like taming lions with just by looking at them, without a whip, without a physical force, the original meaning of this card. Just by looking at lion, you taming it, without applying a physical force. When your mind says you need to travel like this, and our mind and logic says us we need to travel with our bodies, when there is time travel in form of regression, in form of other esoteric activities. There is time traveling, but again, you need to master it, especially travel into the future, to see future events, because past is something like very solid. It's easier to navigate. And again, this is like you should, we and us, and we shouldn't focus on actual physical time traveling. We should focus on our qualities, character qualities, which will open this door for us, just like it. This goes not through invention, of time travel machine. No, time travel machine will be invented only when we will develop this high consciousness. And again, all major arcanums and such an interesting big topic. Again, let's see about parallel timelines. Are there any like parallel timelines, alternative reality? So does they exist? Because somewhere could be in one timeline I made different choices. For example, here we go. Perfect timing. There are such streams of, there are parallel timelines, but something is really wrong about the sun and related to sun. Our entire time traveling ability, it's related to the sun here, to the sun itself. We connect our timeline to the sun, and this sort of makes us limited. We should think wider here. Okay, let me see about parallel timelines and Nine of Cups. Yes, there is a timeline, where each of us happy being. For example, in this timeline, I'm miserable, but among all the millions of timelines, there is another me. That's like multi-dimensional something. Really interesting big topic. So we mostly traveling with all these, we mostly traveling through some sort of portals here. I am channeling some sort of portals. Let's see more. And this bird of wisdom. Only to wise person sort of this portal is opening. Not, you can't open this portal with force. You can't open this portal with some physical tool. You need to be creative. Six of Wands, victory. And Nine of Wands, actually traveling, actually action. Yes, through these portals. This will make confirmation. Okay, some people, they really claimed that they traveled in time and space. You can see such stories at YouTube, previously on newspapers before YouTube. I remember when I was a teenager girl, we had like Nostradamus newspaper. I loved it so much, so much. So And there were all kind of mysterious stories. I was like, oh, read them in one evening. Okay, so let's see, is it true? Like, such people, they claim, and at least not all of them, but is there someone who's telling truth, sorry. I'm a little bit nervous because here, you know, they constantly fighting and sense. So telling truth. As there's some, at least few people who claim they traveled in time, as they telling truth. Year from now, okay. Like, this message, like, for me personally, like, you will figure out like a year from now. Okay, remind me, I'm curious. I'm gonna add this to my Google Calendar. A year from now, quite interesting. Maybe I will meet such person. Maybe someone will tell me, I don't know. Quite interesting. Year from now. I love these cards, like they time related, this angel answers. Is it easier to travel to the past or to the future? Let's see. Is it easier for us humans to travel to the past, or it's easier to travel to the future? If we can judge in such categories, it's easier. About past, page of wands. About future, page of swords. Yeah, to the future, it's much more difficult to travel. I mean, when you travel to the future, okay, what I'm channeling here was like two. I'm just amazed. I love such readings so much, you know, guys, and I'm so happy that some of my subscribers got interested as well, and I can share this with you at my channel. Because this helps you to investigate the universe in very esoteric manner, right? Here we go. We went to like twins, right? One fire element, one air element, and with fire element, yeah, it's easier for you to return from past rather than from future. If you will travel to the future, it's same like to price mechanism, you know. Once the price went up, more chances that again it will went up rather than went down. And there is an economic law about this. Okay, let me Google how in English. Oh shit. Effect of how's this thing called in English? Okay, Hrapovic, but let me find a right English word for you, because I know in Russian ratchet effect, something like this, or ratchet effect. Ratchet effect, yeah, ratchet effect. You can Google this. Yeah, myself being economics, ratchet effect economics. Refers to escalations and production prices or organizational structures that tend to self-perpetuate. This occurs because this process involved also changes the underlying conditions that drive the process itself. Yeah. You will read about this. It only turns further if you travel in future. You already like turned it further, but you can't turn it back, so you can't return to the present from future. You cannot return to the present. When you travel to past, you can return, okay? You can return, and this is like a fire element because we have Page of Wands here, yeah? What Page of Wands says to us about fire? You smoking cigarette, and you think it's already fire is already not there, and you throwing it. But when you live in the place, unexpectedly there is because wind blown, and from very little spark, what was left there in your cigarette, which you didn't notice, yeah, the big fire started again, yeah. This makes it easy to return from past to present, from future to present. This ratchet effect, you cannot, it will be very difficult to return. Yeah. And with this related, you know, this difficult life of a lot of psychics who predicted large, big world events because they see in deep into the future. And this sense they messing up with the mind, because we have solid base of past events, of our experience, which we using to describe events. And you know, we using to describe events, and but we're not making assumption because this is something which we're not familiar yet about future. That's why readings of faraway future, they're so tricky. They're so tricky, and they can, if you're not well prepared psychic, they can mess up with your mind if you will try to look more than 15 years ahead. As a sort of safe border, safe limit, as I was taught by my grandfather in my family. Yeah, we got this knowledge from somewhere, not by chance. It passed, you know, through those who originally doing tarot for generations and generations. And it reminded me sometimes we psychologically not ready to accept some sort of truth. Yeah, as in case with one of my clients. How to put it in words, because it's delicate topic. We were making a reading on future husband, and there we got a lot of like intimacy and cameras and everything. And I said, I honestly don't know what gonna be profession, but I'm channeling compared to regular readings for, I made so many readings already for girls and future husbands. Compared to just regular reading of what I'm doing, that was enormous amount of all these things. And I noticed this to her. I highlighted this in her reading about future husband. And we got their cameras and, you know, videotape, this everything, cassette. And actually, in future, if someone said her that her husband gonna be actor of this genre, you know this genre of, I hope you understand, all of us here sitting like people already adult, you know this genre, yeah, right? If someone said her, even me on this reading, look, your future husband is actor, just imagine the reaction. You can imagine this reaction in comments. How would you react on this, right? How would you be real? So sometimes even our psyche, we get in all the signs, like all the indicators, but our psyche not ready to put this everything together in order not to hurt our client, yeah, and reveal such shocking reality. But by the time of this marriage happen, person already changed a lot and was open to this sort of future husband. Yeah. Again, we're not judging people here by professions, occupations, and so on, but just I'm sharing an interesting case with you here. How tricky things could be. I highlighted that, look, compared to any other standard regular reading on future husband, the amount of this intimacy level I'm getting from yours, this is enormous. Not in non-adequate way. It's not like he gonna be womanizer or so, but somehow this level is enormous. I don't know what does it mean. Because again, I'm not a reader by the book. I'm intuitive reader. And instead of read tarot, I talk with tarot. This is two different approaches. You either in dialogue with the cards, either you just like reading them by, again, when you just reading them, you only using this past experience. You only using past, what already was experienced before you, the statistic on cards, not my way there, okay? So quite interesting. With this time travel, and as I noticed, to travel to future, you may not return to your present. If you travel to past, you may return. Something related to like, stop. Can you travel to a different timeline? Like, we got that there are a lot of like parallel timelines where me is another me, like in films, yeah. Everything was described in films. Actually, this was taken from somewhere. There is very cool Matrix program for this, like fantasy writer and so on. I have this program, by the way, in my Matrix. But again, such people, they may not be a psychics if you don't have other energy senses, but all people with this program, they can sense, they can channel future, this very fantastic scenarios of future. That's why I want to analyze few matrices of fiction writers whose predictions and writings came true, and show you how these things are working, how they were able to catch this trend, yeah, from informational field. I have this idea, of course, it's time again, and again, it's your support, because for celebrities, for some shitty celebrities, I'm getting much more support, and I don't understand this genuinely. I don't understand this. How? I mean, like, how these could be interesting when this is interesting? I simply don't understand. Okay, but okay. Let's see now. Is it possible to jump from one timeline to another timeline? It's so-called parallel universes we touching could be, yeah, because parallel timelines, it's parallel universes. But is it possible to travel not from present to future to past, but from present to present, but of other timeline? Romance. sometimes it's possible. Sometimes doors are open due to big grief, big loss of loved people, when this loved person being replaced by same person but from different timeline. Yeah, this sounds insane, but this is what I'm channeling. This sort of time traveling, it depends on love and feelings. This is the key, which is sort of your path between timelines. Sometimes someone just like pulling you into the timeline. Quite interesting. Let me clarify that. Yeah. Two of Swords. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you just hand between two timelines, and only this power, like power of romance and love, able to pull you from one timeline into another parallel timeline of exactly the same time. Sort of portal. Quite interesting, guys, here. Okay, in 21st century, will there be any loud inventions related to time traveling concept? Any loud inventions? Will there be any loud inventions related to time traveling? Reconsider. Okay. There could be, guys, but they won't be loud. What I'm channeling, like, if there will be some breakthrough with time traveling, they will keep it silent. They will keep it in secret from us. It won't be loud, okay? Yeah. 6 of Cups. Only 2 people, and cup being passed from one to another in silence. No other people around. That's not crowded place here. Okay. Maybe you can drop me some interesting cases of time traveling. People who claim they traveled in time, and we can analyze these people's matrices and see which matrix energies telling, are they truthful or they could be liars about this. Very interesting topic. I don't know, I want to pull a few more cards, but from different deck. And the main question here, will humanity be ever able to travel in time and space? Ever. Like, ever. It's this century, next century, another century. Confession. Again, guys, I'm channeling that in our past, historical past, as I mentioned in many of my videos, past and future, they are in constant movement. If you believe that past is not changing, you are wrong. Being affected by propaganda, by some specific people, past is changing, because people who witnessed the past and did not pass it to the younger generations, information getting lost. Why they making us to forget our ancestors? This is the biggest problem, which we're not even recognizing. This is the biggest problem of nowadays humanity. You don't know your ancestors 7 generations ago, when we must know them. We must know them. And I know my ancestors 7 generations of them on my grandpa line. And I want to write a book where I will be mentioning each of them, every of them. To highlight how much important this is. I just, in this rat race, I don't have finances to sit there, eat my food, have daily well comfortable life, and just type this, to pass this information to people. I don't have this comfort zone because I'm constantly in rat race, pay rent, help my mom financially, pay rent, and earn on food and things. I'm in rat race. I don't have this oxygen money which gonna feed me while I will be doing job which may be not fucking profitable at all, because when you doing a book, yeah, no guarantee, but at least this gonna be informational footprint for those people who can understand something and who can benefit from this wisdom. Why? We're getting cut for what? For the sake of what we're getting cut from our ancestors? Because ask any friend of yours, do they know 7 generations of they? We're getting cut. We don't know real past. We don't know real past because we don't know our ancestors. And this makes for other people with power easy to manipulate past. And make you very controllable person. Person who does not have like original thoughts about events based on your ancestors and wisdom generated by your ancestors. It's very easy to pull you under one or another egregor. About egregors I already talked in few videos related to celebrities, how they feed in on your life energies, and including this, yes, including this. And in past, what was attitude to people of these professions? Of professions of actors, of professions of singers. Try to dig deeper, try to read smart books, ancient books, to see real attitude to people, representatives of singer profession, of actor profession, and ask yourself why it was this way and not another way. This is very interesting thinking process. Gotta be helpful for those of you especially who overly fixated on celebrities and given too much their own energies to their egregors. And with this card I'm getting still to some but very few people, chosen individuals, there is window to time travel and information constantly like being leaked out, but in form of gossip, very far from reality. Like some sort of gossips, they constantly spread it on this topic, but very far from reality. And again, for the sake of what it's being done, for the sake of what you being cut from the power and wisdom of your ancestors, ask yourself, for the sake of what you cut from this first egregor and the most powerful egregor. This is egregor of your ancestors, of 7 generations of them, because they hold in this protection about you and you don't know even their names. This is shame. Why they deprived you of knowing your ancestors? Ask yourself, why? Try to think logically or intuitively, try to drop your hypothesis, because here we're like-minded people speaking, chatting and saying things. So time travel, another, you see, portal, travel into the future. But this shell is being broken, like no way back. For those who travel in future, like almost there is no way back. Or at least very difficult to keep physical body if you... And vampire. This time travel and saying it feeds on you. It takes a lot of energy and something related to body structure. Because vampire is transformed human being, you know, right? %, we consist of water. Why I love all these mandalas of light and charge water on them. This affects your thinking process as well. Again, this is not related to time travel machines. There is no tool, physical tool. This could be changed, like we will be able to travel, but we won't be humans then. Okay. We did not ask if aliens exist. And remember how much important in tarot and in any reading input information, yeah? But let's make this input information and assume they exist. Do they have this technology to travel in time and space? Aliens, okay. Let's assume they exist. We will not be wasting time now, if they exist or not exist, no. But I'm just curious. Let's skip this little step. I'm just curious, does it have this technology of traveling in time and space on Earth? Because you can travel and you will be traveling on completely different planets. And again, everything from very beginning, how we were shown, choose a new direction, new from sun direction. Within the next few months. Okay, I don't think the alien's gonna come and take me to travel in time. You know, if everything would be so easy, we would be living in such a chaos. Communicate clearly, yeah. Aliens able to travel in time and space on Earth. There is something better. Again, new direction, something better. Whenever, like I'm asking, I'm petitioning a question about time traveling. It's something better. It's new direction, a new direction from sun. It's, you know, what I'm channeling now strongly. Which message from? It's like for a person who going just to the first class of school to ask something about high mathematics. And they telling you, choose new direction. Like, look, you only go into the first class, you don't even know alphabet yet. And you asking question which related to the high mathematics. When you don't know a shit, even if we will give you this encrypted message, because tarot and cards, this is dialogue, as I said, intuitive dialogue, and they talking to you with these encrypted messages. And when you one who like decrypt them, these messages, And when you decrypting them right in the right way, you get in this very soothing feeling from inside. You constantly listen yourself when you having this dialogue with cards. This not when you look at book and, oh, I have read this like Wheel of Fortune, ups and downs. One person said me, Wheel of Fortune, I interpret it as ups and downs. Wheel of Fortune, this could be so many different fucking things. Like, I can't come up with 1,000 meanings of Wheel of Fortune. But it won't help you because you don't have this, you read it by the book. It won't help you because you don't have this inner feeling when you know you hit in the right spot here. And, well, there is something better. Communicate clearly. Communicate clearly is even not in our consciousness yet. This understanding, like we targeting something from science, very scientific, from high levels of university, yeah, from scientific lab, while we just in first class. Just imagine this kid coming and asking something about one or other molecules, and person will give them answer, and kid cannot transfer this information further to other people because kid is lost. He does not understand. He can memorize word by word, yeah, what was said, try to at least, but the meaning not able to decrypt. And here the only one right, let's say right message, and the most important of this entire reading related to time traveling, something is completely wrong with timeline. How we connecting our timeline to the sun, and this is the biggest blockage which prevents us from exploring this option of time traveling. I don't know why. I cannot explain you why, because this session of channeling, it takes a lot of resources. It's not just shitty reading on future wife of some asshole. This is very deep reading, thoughtful reading. Sometimes when I read, I need to sit silent for like 30 minutes when I read on a deep question to just to get these voices in alignment, what they're trying to communicate, because they sometimes not even like in Russian or English languages, comes in very different languages. And you're trying to understand this. What I am channeling here clearly, biggest blockage is that we tie in our timeline to the sun. The sun goes up and down, and it creates our Earth day. We should think wider about time. We should think wider about time and timeline and time frames. Yes, we on Earth, we using the sun, but that's actually the biggest blockage which is blocking us from traveling through time and space. And the second one, again, consciousness. When they say choose a new direction, this is like, guys, are you kidding me? You can mess things up in a very dramatic way. You're not allowed to go there. Just choose a new direction. Take care of Earth. Make it lovable. Make it livable. Yeah? Make it nice for each and every living being. Make your water... We consist 80% of water. No one gives a shit about quality of water we intake nowadays. We're not giving a shit. We're just shitting in it. We keep shitting in it with different chemicals and things. And third thing, which I channeled clearly in past again, we kept much more knowledge. We possessed more knowledge about events than in present. We think we advanced human beings, but in fact, in past, we had better knowledge. But now, again, I mentioned clearly, past and future in constant movement. Someone changed past and made us look at past as we were some sort of monkeys which grew and developed. It's not like this. And for the sake of this connection with your ancestors, when it started to be cut off, we can't even identify exact time when people stopped knowing 7 generations of their family. Who knows? Do you know 7 generations of your family? Do you know their life stories? This is not by chance we given these life stories. We deprived of this on purpose, and on very evil purpose. So think deeper. This is not where we should look right now. And when we will be looking at time traveling again, maybe later I will petition different question. You feel free to drop questions for the part 2 video. Maybe in a month or 2 I will see, depends on popularity of this video among you, my subscribers, because I want to discuss this with like-minded people. And the more like-minded people I will be having here, yeah, the more I'm willing to invest of my time in this. And here we go, guys, like, don't involve sun in this. Our year system, everything, it's all sun related. It's all calendar related. Something's wrong with this calendar. Calendar is macro, like input data. As I mentioned with tarot, you input some data in form of question. It's like program. You enter in some data. And the same with time traveling, you enter in some data related to the sun, to the day, to the 24 hours, to the yesterday, to the tomorrow. Maybe it's yesterday now, I'm living it. But we connecting this to the sun when it's not the sun. Let's think about it. I will be waiting for your comments. Again, thank you, my dear, one of my dear subscribers for this interesting suggestion, because I love such topics. I love to discuss them with you. You know how much I love fiction and things, how I'm writing my own fiction. So, guys, let me know. Let's discuss this interesting things, your hypothesis. Let's brainstorm this together. You feel free to drop the craziest ideas, okay? Feel free to drop the craziest ideas. Maybe you heard, maybe you read, maybe it's your own thoughts, okay? And suggestions as well. I hope this topic will bring a lot of comments to read, because it's actually on what I love to read comments, yeah. Not on who will be next to the hook wife. And are they gonna argue with their own wife, or they gonna live in peace together. Okay, guys, so see you in the next videos. I hope to stay alive here in this hell in Ukraine. Unfortunately, I have no finances to live the life of my dream in Turkey, for example. Anyway, let's cheer up, that way at least alive and have this beautiful, wonderful tool as internet to connect and to chat with you, to read all your comments, which I am expecting right now. Okay, go and comment. See you.